The roar of the crowd echoed like thunder through the massive indoor stadium in Las Vegas. It wasn't a championship night or a high-stakes title bout, this was something different. A charity MMA exhibition, organized by one of the world's top fight promotions, to raise money for veterans and injured fighters. The air buzzed with energy. The octagon in the center was surrounded by flashing lights, cameras, and fans. VIPs filled the front rows, but no one attracted more attention than the man sitting calmly near the commentator's table, Jason Statham. Clad in a tight charcoal shirt under a slim leather jacket, Jason kept his arms crossed, his chiseled face showing no emotion. He was there to support a few friends, legendary retired fighters who had trained with him over the years. Jason had never competed professionally, but everyone in the industry knew he wasn't just another action star. He trained seriously. His fighting skills were no Hollywood illusion. And that's precisely why Trent, the Viper, Dalton had targeted him. Trent was the rising star of MMA. Only 26, he was already 14-0, known for his lightning-fast strikes, brutal ground game, and even more brutal trash talk. He had a reputation for humiliating his opponents verbally before finishing them quickly in the cage. Fans loved him or hated him, either way, they paid to see him. That night, before his exhibition bout against a retired light heavyweight, Trent was interviewed backstage. With his trademark cocky smile, he looked into the camera and went off script. "I'm excited for tonight. You know, show the fans what real fighters look like," he began. "And look, I see Jason Statham out there in the front row. I mean, the guy's a legend, in movies. But all these actors pretending to be fighters? It's a joke. Put Statham in the cage, and I'll make him beg for a stunt double." The host laughed nervously, unsure if Trent was serious. But the comment was already clipping its way across social media. On the stadium jumbotron, a live feed cut to Jason's face in the audience. His expression didn't change. He just glanced up, nodded once, and turned back toward the cage. Backstage, the event's co-promoter, a former fighter named Leon Hastings, watched the reaction unfold and saw an opportunity. He approached Jason during the intermission. "Jay, look, I know you're here just to support us," Leon said, "but what if you went out there? Light sparring. Controlled. It's for charity, and, let's be real, the fans would go insane." Jason raised an eyebrow. "You're asking me to step into a cage with a young, undefeated MMA beast, because he mouthed off? I'm asking you to do what you do best. Stay calm. Stay sharp. And shut him up the way only you can," Leon said. "Besides, you're not just an actor. You're trained. You know it. He doesn't." Jason was silent for a moment. Then he smiled, not out of arrogance, but out of resolve. "All right. But I'm not doing this for ego. I'll go in, keep it clean, and let him know there's more to fighting than noise." Word spread fast. The announcer made the declaration. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise showdown for you tonight. For the first time ever, in a live MMA exhibition, Jason Statham will step into the cage." The stadium erupted in a frenzy of screams, cheers, and disbelief. Inside the locker room, Trent paced like a lion. His corner man tried to reason with him. "Don't underestimate him, Trent. He's been training for years, jiu-jitsu, boxing, Krav Maga. I don't care what movies he's done or what belts he has," Trent growled. "This is a real cage. This is my territory. He's going to regret stepping in here." Jason didn't waste time with stretches or drills. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and visualized the fight. Calm. Fluid. Unpredictable. He wasn't there to destroy Trent. He was there to teach a lesson. The lights dimmed. Music thundered through the speakers. Trent entered first, bouncing, flexing, soaking in the adoration. Then the lights changed. A steady beat kicked in. Jason walked out to silence, no theatrics, no entourage, just him. He stepped into the cage, bowed respectfully to the officials, and nodded to Trent. The referee gave final instructions, and the bell rang. For the first 30 seconds, Jason didn't throw a single punch. He circled, eyes locked on Trent's every move. Trent started fast, light jabs, feints, trying to measure the distance. He threw a sharp kick to the ribs, which Jason blocked with perfect timing. Trent smirked, thinking he was testing the waters. But Jason was studying him like a hawk. Then it began. Trent lunged forward with a high jab, Jason slipped it with ease and countered with a fast liver shot. Trent grunted, surprised by the speed and precision. Before he could recover, Jason pivoted and landed a clean side kick to the thigh. The crowd gasped. Now, Trent was angry. He went in harder, throwing a spinning back fist, trying to showboat, but Jason ducked under, stepped in close, and executed a flawless judo hip toss. Trent slammed onto the mat. Jason didn't follow up. He stepped back and let him rise. The crowd was on their feet. Trent rose, embarrassed, his face flushed. "You wanna fight for real?" he yelled. Jason said nothing. Just held his hands up, calm and ready. Trent rushed him with a flurry, hooks, elbows, knees. It was chaos. Jason blocked most, rolled with the rest, and answered with a brutal elbow to the temple followed by a clinch. In a flash, he transitioned into a standing arm triangle choke. Trent struggled, flailed, but Jason had it tight. Controlled. Like a python. Seconds passed. Trent's knees buckled. The referee shouted, "Tap or I'll stop it." Trent tapped. The bell rang. Jason released immediately, held Trent upright so he wouldn't fall, and whispered into his ear. "Respect isn't earned by noise. It's earned by silence." The arena exploded. Fans screamed. Celebrities tweeted. Fighters applauded. Jason didn't raise his hands in victory. He bowed, shook Trent's hand, and walked out as calmly as he had walked in. Backstage, reporters crowded around Trent. He looked dazed, not from injury, but from humiliation. "Any comments?" one asked. Trent looked at the camera. "I talked too much," he said. "And I got schooled. He's not just an actor. He's a fighter. A real one." The clip went viral. Within hours, every media outlet covered it. Jason Statham schools MMA star in surprise cage fight. Hollywood actor silences undefeated pro with technique and class. Memes popped up, interviews were requested, and fans around the world hailed Jason not as an action hero, but as a martial artist in the truest sense. Jason, of course, didn't respond to most of it. He released a single statement on his social media. "Fighting isn't about proving who's louder. It's about knowing when not to speak, and when to strike. Respect to Trent for stepping up. And to every young fighter, discipline over ego. Always." The message resonated far beyond MMA circles. In schools, gyms, and dojos, coaches replayed the fight and the lesson. Kids watched it not just for entertainment, but for a deeper understanding of humility, mastery, and honor. As for Trent, he changed. He trained harder. Talked less. And credited Jason Statham for reminding him why he had started fighting in the first place, not for fame, but for discipline and purpose. And Jason? He went back to filming, quietly training in his spare time. But to those who had seen that night, he was more than just a movie star. He was a warrior who walked silently, and left behind thunder.